Growing a healthy rose plant in pots is easy, if you provide them a good care with all their needs. In this video, we will talk about rose plant care in rainy season. How we should care rose plant in rainy days, all the essential to-do things and some common problems appear in rains. So let's start, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates. Rose plant is a winter season plant and requires a little cooler environment to bloom healthily. And as the rainy season starts, the environment also became a little cooler for their growth. And this thing leads to a reviving blooming of rose plant. After the burning sun of June, this little coolness in the air makes it feel really good, and hence new growth and buds will appear. But there are some important points you should consider for a healthy growth of rose plant in rainy season. The most important thing in rose care is watering technique. Rose plant is a really sensitive plant to watering and moisture. A little increase can cause fungal growth, and in result, such type of yellow leaves and dieback disease appears. In rains, the moisture level is already high and you shouldn't have to water rose plant again and again. The best way to water is to check the soil moisture level and then water. Rose plant's dieback disease is really common in the rainy season, therefore you should pay a good amount of attention to this thing. The soil mix also plays a big role in holding a good amount of moisture in it and drains out the extra moisture. You can use any well-draining soil mix to grow rose plant. Mix a part of sand in your regular potting mix to make it draining. Otherwise, a ready-to-use potting mix is also added in the description box. You can check out that later. The another thing to take care of in rainy season is to keep the plant in a well-lit area, as dieback disease, yellow and patchy leaves are very common in rainy season. Therefore, deficiency of sunlight and air circulation around the plant can even increase the chance of this attack. So the best way to avoid this problem is to put them in a well-lit, open area. If your area doesn't have so much sunlight, 2 to 3 hours of morning sunlight can also help a lot. Sunlight also makes the extra moisture to keeps on evaporating, and this way chance of diseases decreases. The another common problem in rainy season is the reduced size of rose flower, that is basically depends upon different factors. It can be due to temperature effect, or nutritional deficiency, or roots bounding, etc. But in rainy season, you can use a good fertilizer for a healthy flowering on rose plant. Deficiency of nutrition in the soil is very common in roses because it is a heavy feeder plant. A slow release fertilizer in rose plant work really well to keep it blooming. It's not a mandatory step, but it can promote the growth of rose plant in rainy season. Make sure you aren't fertilizing rose plant so much. 50 grams of cow dung compost, or a single dose of any other rose plant fertilizer every 20 to 25 days works great to keep the rose plant on blooming. If we talk about the propagation of rose plant in rainy season, then it's a great idea, as humidity is high in rainy season, therefore you will definitely find good results. For the repotting of rose plant, the best season is also rainy season. The transplant shock in rainy season is very easy to manage. And you should also provide a bigger pot to your rose plant every year. This thing keep the bounding of roots away, and hence small leaves on rose plant wouldn't appear again. Also, the plant keeps on growing healthily. Yellow leaves on rose plant appears when the roots are bound inside the pot. So keeps on repotting every year. The another point in rose care in rainy season is deadheading and pruning. Then yes, you can prune your rose plant softly in the rainy season, and also keeps on removing the dead and dried flowers of rose plant. This thing reduces the chance of fungal growth also. Deadheading of flowers and branches gives space for the growth of new buds and shoots. So it's also a healthy way to promote new growth, and you must consider that. The common problems appears on rose plant in rainy season are yellowing of leaves, sometimes a stunted growth, dieback disease, etc. So to cure all of these problems, you can follow up an article added in the description box that describe you all about yellow leaves of rose plant. Otherwise, keeps all of these tips and tricks in mind to prevent these problems from the start. For any question, leave a comment below. Follow up this video for solving yellow rose leaves, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates.